Hello.
Hey, listen, and I have to tell you, we are totally coordinated today.
I know we are.
I have to tell you why. Because I watched how you dress and I got the memo.
Oh,
So
right.
this way, we can both look like we match when we're on the channel.
Of course.
Tell me what Taurus season means to you.
Yeah, I think it's time for harvest. You know, I think that I've been begging people to start a garden in their life for like months now, not just because of that, but also Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. So I think that everybody should focus on building something. It could literally be a garden, but it could just be something that you nurture into existence. So, you know, it could be a new business, a new hobby, your health. It could be any of that. And, you know, I think it's an amazing time to start something that you nurture.
I love that. And, you know, Taurus, to me, the only thing I know about Taurus is it's a bull. I could never figure this out. It's a bull china cabinet, or it's a shop.
China shop, yeah.
Like, what is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, I look at Taurus as more kind of like slow and steady, you know, kind of like plodding along type of energy. But what I will say is the bull in the China shop energy is kind of like the shakeup we need, you know, in life. And it's kind of like those shakeups that make us, you know, maybe have realizations about the direction that we're going in. I kind of look at Taurus as well as stability. You know, Taurus is the neck, you know, and as someone who was born with no neck, I can tell you that, you know, I think that the neck provides a lot of structure. So, you know, I kind of look at it as, you know, the structure for where the head is going.
Well, I see your neck, and I probably think I'm an ostrich. Not an ostrich. I don't like ostriches.
Giraffe.
A giraffe.
That's better. That's a good animal. Yeah.
Yeah. So I love the giraffe. You know, I can look over everything. I can see it. I only eat plants, which, remember, I'm a plant eater.
Yeah.
But I love that you said that. I do want to tell you that when I looked at the bull in the China shop, I never thought, you know, now I do know astrology, but I'm talking when I was really young, that what would Venus be doing running the bull in the China shop? But Venus is their planet, and I love that. So how do you explain that?
Yeah, I mean, because it has to do with values. So like I said, you know, Venus, I think a lot of people think love, but I do think love with Venus, but of course I think values as well. So again, if our values like aren't aligned, that's where the shakeup comes in. And you know, if you notice, like even in this country, right, we see a lot of things going on that I would consider things that have to do with value or values, like people's values. And you know, there's a lot of astrology that I think kind of lines up with that as well.
Well, I think you're right, because I adore Taurus. What I always find with Taurus is that they love nice. Where I think the Venus comes in is they love nice fabrics. So you'll find Taurus is the textile, or the tactile part of Taurus is they like the finest things. And I'm thinking that bull in the China shop is because China is so nice and expensive, and Taurus likes that. And they like nice scents, like lotions and potions and scents. And I think you and I need to do a show on what cologne and perfumes each side.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm leaving that to you, Chris. But if you want my input, I will do it. But I think that's a great, it just gives people a little bit of, you know, like when I think of Hugo Boss, which is an older, or which Sauvage, it's a very heavier, woodsy, but oh my God, the girls go crazy over it. I think people, the one guy I know wears it that's a Pisces, but the other one is an Aquarius. So if you look at what you wrote, we could probably go down and find perfumes for everyone.
We probably could, yeah. I know a lot about scents, believe it or not. So
then do it, Chris.
Yeah, we could totally do it.
Yeah,
no,
and put it on the show. It'll be the first time, and then I can kind of pipe in.
Yeah, love it.
I love it too. All right, everyone. I think that now that I've brought in Taurus, you know, I love this season. Chris, we have something in the sky coming up. We have on the 5th, I think it's new moon in Scorpio or new moon in Taurus.
Actually, I can pull up the chart right now. I think it is Taurus. We just had Scorpio, so it would make sense that it would be. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you feel about new moons before we start pulling cards?
I mean, obviously, I think that they, you know, bring new things into our lives, and they bring, you know, new energy. So I think that they're good. I actually think new moons are good for clearing energy as well. So, you know, anything you want to clear out is always a good idea.
That's so funny, because I got to pull these cards. Okay. So I pulled I pulled a few cards for the show, and then you're going to pull your cards. But the first one I pulled, which I thought was so Taurian, was, and look at the color because I love it. It says, take time for yourself. It's the tulip, but it's pink. And it says, enjoy relaxation activities that nurture your soul. I mean, that's a Taurian. They like nice things. They love, but then the next one is clear your chakras. Clear your chakras in order for you to enjoy. In order for you to enjoy and take time for yourself, clear those chakras. And it says, by clearing your chakras, you open yourself up to profound wisdom. And then the next, I know, and the next card is so Taurian. The next card, I love, but I hate the words. You know what I mean? Do you ever pull? Do you ever pull a card and you hate the words, but you love the meaning?
All the time. Yeah. Yep.
And I have to ask you a question about when you pull the cards. This says release all anger. So when you look at the cards, take time for yourself, clear your chakras. Well, of course you're going to release anger. And, there's a lot going on in the world, a lot going on in everybody's life at this point that is just so confusing. And it says, don't give power to negative words by saying them. Speak from your higher self and make your communications peaceful and loving. I think that's a good idea for everyone. But this is, what I pulled for everybody. And the three cards go really well together. So, Taurian, you've got your birthday present right there.
There you go.
And before we go into your cards, because you're going to be pulling them, and everyone waits for you to do that. Are you ever shocked when you pull a card out because you had a certain idea and the minute you laid it out, it was like, whoa?
Yeah, all the time. Sometimes I think I know where a reading is going, and then I even have readings where I'll be like, this is not a love reading, and then every card after that will be a love card. So, sometimes the universe is like, no, it is a love reading.
I think I saw that one week, and you just right into love, and I love that. And does it shock you to the point where you have to change your way of thinking, or do you reset real quick?
I don't really think when I'm reading, so I would say that I just go with the flow. I go with it, whatever the message wants to be. And
you do it so well. I do have to tell you, you're one of the best, if not the best, because then I have to have my ego in here. The best tarot and astrology reader I know, and that's why I put out, you're the YouTube king. Because that's exactly
thank you.
What I feel you are. So let's go into what we have for this week. We want to start with, I brought my pendulum, everyone. I very rarely use it recently because it is so accurate, it scared me. I don't know if anybody knows about pendulums, but the one thing you can do is, because you can focus your mind, why I put it down is because I felt like I was making it say one thing or another. And when that happened, I put it away. But it wants to come back. It told me today, so I'm going to bring it to the show. I think I'm going to use, what I'm going to do, I think my guides are going to tell me what to use with each sign. So it might not be the same cards. So Chris, what do you want to do? What do you want to read today?
I'm going to use the Radiant Rider-Waite, my favorite.
I know. That's why I can pick any one of them, because I know I won't use my Rider-Waite. So go ahead.
So we're going to start with Aries here.
This week.
Yeah, for this week, Aries, curiosity is probably going to be your best friend right now. So I think you need to be curious about your values. We were speaking about values earlier, and I think that Aries is increasing their value in the world, literally, and with the astrology. And, any ideas that you have, I would follow those thought patterns and move towards things that interest you.
Do you have any Aries in your chart?
I do. I have a lot of Aries. It's my second house. I have Jupiter and Venus in Aries.
Well, I'm so glad, because look what I just pulled. You did ask a question before, and this is for Aries, and it's yes. It says definitely yes. So if you're thinking of a direction, or you don't know which way to go, but you feel like you need an answer, the answer is coming out yes. And it says the answer to your question is a strong yes. So everyone needs to really look at that card. It doesn't come out often. Go ahead.
Taurus, you have the death card. So I did your reading this morning, Taurus, and it was all about a major change that you're going through, major change right here. So I think that you're heading towards a new belief system, and I think it's going to make you happy because the sun is coming up right here. So more happiness for Taurus.
Well, can you tell us, because now I'm going to put you on the spot. I know you just did. Is there what kind of change do you see for them, or you want them to look at? I know you.
I think that it's their beliefs. I think it has to do with beliefs because this guy right here, he looks like a pope, you know, and he is begging for his life. But I look at the death card as holding on to beliefs that you might need to let go of, which we have also Neptune and Pisces, which is same thing. Neptune and Pisces is established belief, and these are things that you believe just because, but maybe they're not good or maybe they are good beliefs. You have to decide. And the death card is like a change in like the story you tell about yourself or the stories that you believe about your life.
Do you see? Everyone says that, and I hear it from everybody. But is the death card? It represents Scorpio, right?
Yeah, Scorpio. Yeah.
Why? Can you tell everybody? I have a feeling, but it's because of Pluto. But can you tell me
Yeah.
why you feel?
Yeah, Pluto. Pluto, and also originally Scorpio was death and rebirth. It was originally Scorpio was actually the phoenix or the eagle in the sky. It wasn't actually a scorpion, and so the phoenix would be death and rebirth, and you know, burning down and kind of being reborn. And that's how I look at the death card.
Okay.
So,
And,
yep.
and who was that? And that was for
Taurus.
And so a Taurus is really funny because I have Imagine, and I love Imagine. I'm pulling out my unicorn deck. For some reason, they want me to use it. And it says, what you see, feel, and think, and hear, if your wish, what would you see, feel, and hear if your wish came true? So isn't that match what you're saying is things that are going to change, and it's within them. So I feel like this card is telling you to absolutely what Chris is going through with you and telling you and what he's saying about Taurus, this is going to happen.
Yep.
So go ahead.
Gemini. What was that?
I get so tied up when I'm listening to you that sometimes I.
It's all right. Gemini, you have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a little bit scary, but Nine of Swords really has a very easy solution, which is to get up out of the bed and to walk away from some sort of cycle. So with the Nine of Swords, we're just repeating something, but you know, I look at it like he's in pain, but not in enough pain to make a change. So I think that wherever in life where you know you are repeating a cycle, I think that the Nine of Swords is asking you to end a cycle with the Nine of Swords. I'm going to pull you an extra card. Yeah, it could be in love, Gemini. This is your card. So it's like saying you have the power to change a cycle in your life. Yeah.
I love that. And they're telling me not to pull this. I'm going to pull a crystal for them. So give me a second. And the crystal is protection. I love that. Especially with you've got those swords coming right up there. And I think don't you feel like, and I know that you probably have said this, but don't you feel that if you look at, they're being kept up at night, they're worrying. Isn't that the card of that?
Yep, exactly.
So this says it's protection. It's the black tourmaline. And whatever you're worried about, you know, use some crystal in your life and put the black tourmaline. I always put it in front of a door, but you can keep it next to you. And that way, if you're feeling insecure about anything mentally, this might give you the security that you need to move on.
Yep. And Cancer. Cancer. You have the Ten of Swords so all these swords cards coming out, but I like the Ten of Swords. I mean, to me, it can represent a blessing in disguise. So if something hasn't worked out for you, he's making a symbol right here with his fingers. It's the same symbol the Hierophant is making. So it actually, to me, represents the end of a cycle. Yeah, definitely. I think there's a new beginning coming in for you here, a passionate new beginning. I think that Cancers have to face their fears right now. So, you know, like everything you want is on the other side of something you're basically haven't done before, or you're afraid to do. And I think that's what the Ace of Wands is saying, is that you have to step into something new. And also, Cancer, I will say, I think you have to like stoke the fire. It's like once you start something, this is just a spark. And, you know, the Ace of Wands, we have to pour some gasoline on to keep it going. So I would make sure if you start something, like keep it going.
Yeah, put your foot on the gas, Cancer.
Yeah, exactly.
I see a Cancers out there. And I'm pulling this because I'm afraid to pull anything else with it. It says believe in yourself, which is what you just said. So that's pretty cool. See yourself doing well, and you will. Put that foot on the go, baby, because
go. Yeah.
Do it.
Leo, you have the Page of Cups. Leo, you've had like a secret admirer popping up in your readings with me lately, so I feel there could be a secret admirer coming in for you. I feel like this person, they stand out in some way. Like if you're looking for love, to me, it's like I see this person, you know, I don't know if they're like glowing, but I think there's a very obvious something like an air about this person. Maybe it's their cologne, because we were talking about cologne today, but there's something about this person that stands out. And if you don't want love, I feel that you need to work on some sort of dream. He has this fish. The fish might not exist, but you know, it's like part of his dream that you have to capture here, Leo.
I love Leos.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a lot of Leos, and I've got six of eight planets in Leo myself. So, and I always say I'm not a Cancer, I'm a Leo. I mean, how could I be Cancer? I don't, not family oriented, although I'm very protective.
Yeah.
I don't like to clean, and but I do love my family around me. So I do resonate with Leos. So here we go, Leo. Do you have any Leo in you?
No, I have 0 Leo.
Because that's crazy. Because you love, because you're so good at what you do, and you want to run, and I love that. Because, you know, you remind me, well, you are definitely a Pisces.
Yes.
And I love ARIES because it's a starter. And here we go. This is for you, Leo. Self-love. It's the cobalt calcite. I love this. For anybody, the designs that you're seeing on the card are actually how they want you to lay it out should you want this in your life. I just use one piece. I've got them right here, and I just bring a piece, and I have a big bowl, and I put them in there, and I hope that they, you know, they react with whatever I need at the time, because I have too many. Anyway, this is for you, Leo. Self-love. Take a look. It's a pink stone.
Love it. Virgo, well, I know Virgos are getting ready to, you know, step more into being a Virgo and, you know, showing the world something that you've been kind of working on behind the scenes. So like wherever you've been delayed, Virgo, with the Hangman, I think you're finally ready to move forward. And, you know, I think Virgo over the next several years is going to really be showing the world like who they are. So a lot of you are, you know, I think you're presenting yourself, Virgo, as I always say. And I think you're getting off the pole, getting off this tree of knowledge and wisdom and stepping out and actually showing the world your knowledge and wisdom. Libra, I think that you are coming up in a strong position here. I think you just need to trust your vision right now, Libra. Your reading is actually very simple. I think this is saying you see something, you know, make it happen or go for it with the Queen of Swords. I also think that some of you could be getting good news if you're like waiting for approval, or you know, if you're waiting for good news, if you're hoping for good news. I'm just getting good news here on the Queen of Swords.
I love that. And you know, Libra is another. I think Libra has Venus, right? It's
Venus.
And you know, Libras are just that scale of justice is right there. Venus. I mean, Libra. My daughter's a Libra rising. It's not an easy sign to be because you're always striving for that balance, and life isn't always balanced. So, and with Venus, they're very pretty. They like beauty. They like beauty around them. They're usually beautiful people. So I'm going to pull this for you. And actually, they're telling me don't pull this. Pull one of my crystal cards. I'm sorry I'm going up and back. I'm trying to keep
it's fine.
Here we go. And this is knowledge. I love that for Libra. Libras are very bright people. They're very, again, with the scale of justice, how great is knowledge? And it says, and it's the smoky quartz recorder keeper. Remember we talked about recorder? Yeah,
we did. Yeah.
And I love that. I also resonate with the number 24. 24 goes down to a 6, and 6 is the Lover's card.
Yeah.
And Libra, it's got Venus with the Lovers. So this is a great card for you, knowledge. When I pull the knowledge card, it means that there's something that you need to know or something you need to learn.
Scorpio, why does this not surprise me, Scorpio? I think some of you are thinking about family or hoping to have a family in the future. Some of you could all of a sudden be kind of like hit by realizing that you like want love in your life. But the 10 of Cups card of focusing on happiness and choosing happiness as well. So I think a lot of you are getting happier, probably because also I think that Scorpio is one of those signs that is seeing their manifestations actually being created in front of them, things that they thought they lost, you know, especially if you're rebirthing something, Scorpio, really, really good time for that for you. So love it.
Oh, you know what?
It might have actually, yeah.
Yeah. So, and you said this is a great month. I think they're reading that it was a really great month for Scorpio, and in a lot of ways moving forward. So I love that for Scorpio. And what did you say about family?
I said thinking about having a family. Some of them I feel like they could be getting hit by like wanting a family all of a sudden or something.
Well, here we
What?
go, family. It's all about family right here.
Mm-hmm.
It says learn more about your family stories and history, and if you want a family. So here we go. You're so good. I can't take it. You can't
Oh,
make
thank
it.
you.
So go ahead, Chris.
Sag, you have the Two of Swords. Sagittarius, I think Sagittarius can have everything they want in life, but they just have to find a different way to do it. So, she's thinking this or that, but she has this new island behind her, Sagittarius. I really think it's an amazing time for Sagittarius. I mean, super lucky cards with me lately, and I just think that you have to find other ways of doing things. Unique, innovative ways to create whatever you're creating.
Well, I have to tell you, you've given me so much hope. I listen to you at 2 or 3 morning, right? So, and I have been doing it for a very long time. Anyway, you did a Sag. Right now, my son is a Sag, and I'm looking at some pretty heavy duty things, and all of your readings have been about hope and how everything was going to come their way, and so I love it. I'm sure plenty of Sages out there a lot to think about because it's a great month for them.
Yeah, really.
I'm hearing. So I'm going to pull for all you Sages out there, what a good May. And same thing with Scorpio, really. You did. Okay, and oh my goodness. So I pulled the Ancestors card. I love that for Scorpio, for Sagittarius. And this says, and probably for Scorpio too, if I mistook. So it says it's the Persele Bluestone. Well, when I say it, there's a reason. I always feel like Spirit gives me, the reason. So it's probably for both of you. But what I love about Ancestors is that we are made of Ancestors' DNA. What we come. Use the DNA from your ancestors to fuel this world, to know why you're here, to be on a mission, and to ask for their help, which we can do through Spirit.
Yeah. Capricorn, welcome to the party. I think that you are waking up here. I think that your even next couple of years, people are going to be like, all of a sudden, like, who the hell is that? And it's you, Capricorn. So I think you're kind of bursting out into the world. Maybe it seems like you're waking up to people around you. And that's kind of what I feel for you. I feel like a lot of you could be discovering something that you do think is your purpose as well with that Judgment card. And that could be why it seems like you're waking up. Like finally you're kind of coming out of hibernation here.
Well, I love that. And this says practice what you preach. So if you're listening to Minnow Pond, Chris Reck, you know what to do. You're coming into your own. And it says the best way to be good at a skill is to practice. Practice until you get it right, which is what you were saying, how that they're coming into their own. And in order for them to come into their own, they have to know what they're coming into. So I think that's great.
And that's a big thing for Capricorn right now is practice what you preach. So we see this a lot in your astrology, Capricorn, and even Pluto coming out of your sign is like practice what you preach. You have something to share, and you better be like a living example of whatever that is. Yeah,
I absolutely love that that card. I think we all should practice what we preach. Not all of us do, including me. I know what to do, but do I do it now? So I think for Capricorn, that is a good thing. And I know plenty of Capricorns. My son-in-law is a Capricorn. He's he's super intelligent, very knowledgeable, and he is a hard worker. And one thing about Capricorns that I love, amongst many things, is that they're hard workers. They're those sea goats that go up the mountain and they don't know for an answer. You don't see sea goats falling off the mountain. You see them climbing around until they get to the top. That's what I love about Capricorns. They are going to get there, which means that
no doubt.
Yeah, the determination is what you need. Okay. I know.
Aquarius, you have the Page of Wands. I think you want something and you have to be fearless. Sometimes I look at the Page of Wands. He is like very enthusiastic about his journey, but he also has zero fear. He is like a child. Those types of children that will just, do crazy stuff like jumping off the top of a swing set or something like that. That's the Page of Wands. So I think that there's some sort of something like a journey that you want, and I think you have to jump off the top of a swing set to get it. But if you do that, then obviously you will be successful. It's like he's got this feather too, which is standing out to me here. It's like a feather in his cap, but it's like it's like the half of a feather. So I think that you're still like you have to go on this journey to learn is what's standing out to me here, Aquarius.
And
Yeah.
well, my husband's an Aquarius. I mean, I always relate things to everybody I know because, that's what we do, which I was going to ask you about your family. But I got clarity for you, which is really, if you looked at that card, he's clearly looking to get clarity and to look to move. So I think this card really, really does your card a justice. I love that. And that's the Herkimer diamond. The Herkimer diamond is one of my favorite. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. So that I love that. And for you, Aquarius, you are the sign of clarity. Remember, you're forward thinkers.
Pisces, what are you waiting for is what I'm going to say. 3 of Wands says stop waiting. Yeah, start moving. So I think it's like Pisces is looking at an opportunity that's just like on a silver platter, but they're not moving towards it. So Pisces, I think you also have to take kind of like a leap of faith. Maybe yours is a little bit different because it's done. I think for you, it's about putting the ingredients together and popping it in the oven, right? Whatever you're working towards in life. As I love to say, I usually say that on the 4 of Cups, but 3 of Wands says that you're looking at something, it's like you're thinking it's not an opportunity, but it is. And so I think you need to make a move on something you think is an opportunity, because it is.
Well, you're a Pisces.
I am.
And I just so when I got this card and I just pulled the flower deck because I wanted to separate it from the rest, and it's world energy. And if I talk about world energy with you, it's the Acanthus. It says the earth is going through a transition of energy, and your sensitive body is feeling it. You're not alone. Accept the help that you give others as well as that you receive. I love this for you because if you tap into everybody's energy in order to read. And I'm looking at other Pisces, not just you, but Pisces are the old men of the zodiac, or the old men of the zodiac.
Yes.
And they're wise behind they're wise behind their eyes, their ears. They're wise behind their eyes, so they see all the worlds that they have lived and all the lives that they have lived, and they bring it to this life, which is why I always believe that we go around the zodiac. And Chris, you're coming back as an Aries next time because you've already made it through. You're the old men of the zodiac, the old women of the zodiac, you guys, and the next time around you start over. So I love this for you, world energy. You all have world energy. You see, you feel, and you're very wise people.
Yep.
So I love that. And I think you have some courses, Chris, that we don't go over as much because I'm trying to take your tarot course. I've got people waiting in line to do that. Some people don't find their teachers right away, but I believe that, I'm not a reader and I only read some books. And when I do, I'm really happy I did. But I started taking courses like what you have. And I started learning.
Love it.
I know. And I know you have your limited time today, but I want you to tell everybody. One is, I know you don't do private readings, but you do a lot of readings on YouTube. And do you have your own personal where people can join and get things from you, correct?
Yes, both on YouTube and DENT Makers now. So yeah, both.
So tell everybody about how DENT Makers is going.
Yeah, DENT Makers is going great. We actually just did an overthinking masterclass. So we do kind of like a mini training every week. And the last one was about overthinking and moving past overthinking. I'm a classic overthinker. I overthink everything. So it was all my tricks for overcoming overthinking.
Well, I should have taken that. Well, you know what? I made it to take the course about how to think instead of overthinking. I gotta just think, and that's it. But I know a lot of people in my life. My son, who's a Sagittarius, they overthink everything. And so do Virgos. They think till they think, it's almost to their detriment sometimes. And really, if they just put their first foot forward and stop at one point, it's usually the right answer, is what I tell my son.
Yeah, of course.
So I love that you have that. I can't wait to join you. And for everybody that needs to join a community that's one of the best out there that you can learn all kinds of things from. Dent Makers is amazing. And can you tell them how to join or go?
Yeah, right now, if you just go to Minnow Tarot, there's a link below pretty much every single video.
I love that. And I just have to tell everybody, for me, I just put my website back up. I kind of made a faux pas about it, but it's called Bonnie Albers on Air, and it should be up within the next couple of weeks. And I am going to have
Nice.
shows embedded, and Chris will be there too. I'm hoping to do some podcasts on there. And then there'll be a calendar of what I do and how to get a hold of me, which is something that you've all asked me. And yes, I'm getting that together, and you'll all see what prices and everything and what I can offer. I just don't have it up there, and I don't like putting it out on air until it's done. And but unlike you, I don't have a million listeners, and I do love doing my readings, and I do counseling. So I'm also an RN. I'm also a life coach and a counselor, and I do intuitive counseling. And you'll find me on my website. I took it down because I got really mad at it. And
I know that feeling.
I know. I mean, did you? I just got, it was not interactive. I didn't like what it was doing, so I just took it down. I felt like the energy wasn't right, but it's right now. So, and I know that's probably for you. That's what you're doing. You're putting it up the way you want and everything.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I'm hoping, I keep banging you in the head about the tarot, but you do so well. And I look at you, and there's things that you see in cards for everybody. I ask you that though, Chris. You know they're thinking about that anyway.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And so
yeah.
I think you started him off or her off on the right direction.
Mm.
For me, I want to thank you. I do want to thank you. I know you got to go. I want to thank you for being here. You're always a pleasure. I don't know what I would do on Mondays without you. And everyone, please go to Chris's YouTube channel, Minnow Pond, Chris Reck. He's amazing. You don't want to miss him. It's free. Just follow him. Have everybody you know follow him. So where can they find Dent Makers right now?
Below every video on YouTube, there's also a link there as well.
Okay, go to it, because you do not want to not be on the ground floor of this amazing, amazing opportunity. I can't wait myself. And again, I want to tell everybody, thank you for coming. Chris, you are just the bomb. Thank you for